Let's give it up for our Matachines performance from Sacred Heart. Let's give them another round of applause. Excellent. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is C. Leroy Cavazos Reina. I'm the founder and CEO of Localism Inc. here in San Antonio, Texas. I have the honor and the privilege of serving as your master of ceremonies this evening, but more importantly, to welcome each and every one of you to the heart of the west side of San Antonio, Texas. In 1929, Syrian immigrants arrived to San Antonio, Texas in the midst of the Great Depression and bought Basila Frocks, this building that gave life to women who sewed in it every garment, every thread with love to only produce, define, and cultivate the economic vitality of the 78207, the heart of the West Side. And today, we give credit and we stand on the shoulders of that history. And today, in long partnership with Dream On Group and Prosper West, our city, state, and county leaders, we give life again to Basila Frocks, a hub of innovation, a hub of entrepreneurship, and a hub of continued economic vibrancy on our city's west side. ¿Sí se puede? Sí se puede. So at this time, to bless our building this evening and to welcome everybody properly to Basila Frocks, I want to introduce our pastor this evening who has joined us, and as you all saw, came in with the beautiful posada. So at this time, please welcome Kelsey Penn, who is the pastor of Divine Redeemer Presbyterian Church here in the heart of Westside San Antonio.
Good evening, everyone. mentioned, my name is Reverend Kelsey Penn, and I get the extreme honor to pastor a wonderful congregation. So buenas noches, neighbors, friends, esteemed guests. It is a joy to stand here as the pastor of Divine Redeemer Presbyterian Church, just around the corner, literally 2 blocks. What a blessing this place will be for our neighborhood. As we processed here for our Posada, reenacting the journey of Mary and Joseph seeking shelter, we were reminded that there was no room for them at the inn. But today, we gather to celebrate a place that has been reclaimed, a place where there is finally room again. This building, with its rich history, has been revitalized to serve our West Side community once more. So let's offer it a blessing. Oremos. Gracious and loving God, we thank you for this evening of new beginnings. We thank you for the vision of those who looked at these old walls and saw not a ruin, but a future. Just as we accompanied the Holy Family today looking for a place of welcome, we thank you that this building will now be a place of welcome, opportunity, and hope for our neighborhood. Dios de gracia y vida. Te damos gracias por infundir nueva vida a este edificio histórico. Bendice este espacio, a quienes trabajarán en él y toda nuestra comunidad del West Side. Que estas paredes sigan tejiendo una historia de dignidad y progreso para todos nosotros. Holy Spirit, as this grand opening begins, weave us together like the threads of a fine garment. May we always find room for one another in our hearts and in our city. En el nombre de aquel que es nuestra luz y nuestra esperanza. Amen. Amen. And I will hand it back to Mr. Leroy.
Thank you so much, Reverend, for providing this evening's invocation and blessing this building. At this time, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you someone who is no stranger to San Antonio, none other than our mayor, Gina Ortiz-Jones. Mayor Jones was elected this past summer and is fearlessly leading our city. Please welcome her to give remarks.
Thank you, Leroy. Good evening. Oh, come on, West Side. Good evening. On this party, come on. I am so honored to be able to join you today, and frankly, thank you for sharing that. I'd never seen the matachi before, so that was very, very beautiful. You know, frankly, I'm somebody that firmly believes the more we know where we are from and who we are from, the stronger we as a community are. So what a very beautiful tradition to be shared here today. I'm so thankful for the invitation to join you on this very, very special occasion. And with events like this, there are always so many hearts and hands to thank that made today possible. So I'd like to call out a few of those, if you don't mind. Remembering Danny Markson. Who knows Danny Markson? Remembers Danny Markson. I want to pause and remember him whose vision and belief in the West Side helped make this moment possible. And today is actually Dan's birthday, which makes this gathering especially meaningful. Dan understood that development is not just about buildings, it's about people, respect, and long-term commitment. And his legacy lives on here in brick and mortar and in the lives this place will continue to touch. I also want to highlight the role of the Esperanza Peace and Justice Center. Graciela and Amy, are you here tonight? Okay, they are probably taking a well-deserved break. Graciela does so much for our community, and of course, no story of the West Side is complete without recognizing the Esperanza Peace and Justice Center. Esperanza has long stood as a moral and cultural anchor, protecting community voice, honoring heritage, and reminding us that development must always be rooted in justice. Their presence and leadership continue to ensure that progress here remains community-centered and values-driven. And if you haven't already, please treat yourself and go to the Museo del West Side that recently opened. What a beautiful treasure, not just for the West Side, but I would argue for our entire city and frankly for the state. I also want to recognize those that were quite important in the project leadership here. I want to congratulate Chairman Megan Legacy and CEO Ryan Poole of Prosper West for their leadership and stewardship. Things like this don't just happen. It takes heart and leadership, and I want to thank Prosper West that has shown what it means to invest with a community, not just in a community. And of course to Julissa Cariello and the entire Dream On group team, thank you for believing in this place, and believing that this could be the beautiful structure reimagined as you see it today, one that honors its history and again thinks about the place that it could make and for the future. This project reflects care, it reflects patience and respect for neighborhood identity. It's a shining example, I think, of what economic development can and should look like in our community. Basila Frocks is a shining example of place-based economic development done right. And it preserves that historic preservation. I think if you listen closely, you might still be able to hear maybe a wrestling match or two, right, that they used to have here in the day. It proves that historic preservation, economic opportunity, and equity don't have to compete, but they are in fact mutually reinforcing. And this building will support small businesses that will become our large businesses, creativity, professional services, and community life right here where it belongs. And that is what inclusive growth looks like. So I want to thank you again for taking the time to celebrate this momentous occasion. The West Side Stories Matter. Of course, it's people matter, and I want to congratulate you and our entire city on what this is going to mean, not only for what the West Side, but for the city. I think it is fitting that we're reminded that 97 years ago, 2 Syrian refugees established this. They came from a place where they were seeking safety and shelter, and that has always been what our community, frankly what our country has represented for so many. And while we are, frankly during the holidays and thinking about, frankly, how challenging times can be in a number of ways, I think this building and the work that has got us here is a reminder of what is possible in our community, in our country, if we believe and work hard to make it so. So thank you again. I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas, or whatever faith tradition that you celebrate. Feliz Navidad. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Jones, for being with us tonight and for your leadership at our city of San Antonio. At this time, I'm going to introduce someone who, quite frankly, is very humble, and she doesn't like accolades, but I'm Leroy, and I'm going to give her all the accolades she deserves. Julissa Cariello is the founder and the CEO of Dream On Group. And in collaboration with Prosper West, this building wouldn't be here, and the thought behind the revitalization of this part of town would not be possible without developers who believe that the West Side has potential. And Dream On Group and Julissa have that foresight and dream big, because it is possible to revitalize these places in our city, and especially on the West Side. Julissa dreamed of this building. I remember when we blessed it, and it was a simple shell of walls. We didn't own the parking lot that's behind you. Dream On Group worked diligently to reimagine what this space could mean, not only for the West Side, but for entrepreneurs, for artists, and everyone who wanted to come here and ensure that they also had an opportunity to thrive. So without further ado, please help me welcome the matriarch behind Basila Frocks, Julissa Cariello.
Well, now I'm a little embarrassed to come in after that, right? So, thank you so much for coming today. It's a little emotional to see that we're here today. There's so much history that has happened in this building, in this community, and I'm just so proud of the work that my team has done. We have a real dream team, and I have to thank them. And I know that our dream team is here. I know that Overland is here. I think I saw Gregory. Yes. And I know I saw Adam somewhere, and I know my husband is here, who's been like our problem solver for all kinds of stuff. Working on historical buildings are not easy. Working on projects with zero budget is very hard, right? We're working with a little bit of everything. This particular project was a dream that we brought up in 2020. We established the Dream On Group, my husband, myself, and my partner, Renee Garcia. We wanted to do projects that matter. We wanted to do projects that were going to change the communities for the better, providing a better way to live and the way to celebrate and to come together. And I hope I didn't let you down. But this project started with community. It was something that we wanted to make sure that we listened. As a woman in construction, as our team has been in business over 20 years, we've been doing construction projects for a long time for a lot of developers, and we just kept thinking, they're missing the mark. They're not listening to the community. They're from out of town. They don't understand us. And I just got to the point where I told my husband, I don't want to put my name on that building. Like, I know we constructed it, but it wasn't done right. And so we launched the Dream On Group to do projects for the right reasons and for you, right? And we wanted to do it in a way that was going to make a difference. And what you're going to see today, and I hope that you'll tour the building because it is so beautiful. There are so many small businesses and entrepreneurs that are here, but one of the biggest things that we heard from our community meetings, they wanted green space. They wanted parking in the west side. They wanted a food truck. They wanted cultura. They wanted music. They wanted comida. They wanted to be able to have a place to come and have events and hang out and just be here whenever they wanted. They wanted to have cafecito. They wanted to be able to have vaccinations and voter drives and all kinds of stuff. And this particular project is getting a lot of support, or got a lot of support from not only our lender, Rasa Development Fund, that we'll be speaking in a little bit, but from the city of San Antonio. So the city actually helped fund some of this, and we committed to provide community meetings throughout the whole year to make sure that the space was available for you guys to use. We also have a partnership with Bexar County. They provided us the funding for the extra parking lot that is making it where we can fit more people here. All those things happened because we spent the time to go and talk to them. We brought in historical tax credits. We brought in new market tax credits. Anything that would help bring the affordability of this project down as much as we could so that it would be affordable for the community to use. And so I am so happy to be here today. I'm ecstatic. I'm so proud of our team, of all the work that they've done. And I want to shout out to Janie, because our community engagement person, she doesn't sleep. She's constantly thinking of what we can do to make it better, and she's hand-selecting people to come and tour, to learn about the space, because we want the people that are here to also have the same mentality of serving our same community. There's so many people that have worked on this project, and I promise you, every decision that was made with compassion, with heart, and a very thoughtful approach to make sure that we were including as many folks as we could. So it is my honor to be able to share with you our partner, Ryan from Prosper West, is going to come in and say a few words, because this project took a partnership with the public and private entity to come together. And so I think Ryan will share a little bit about how that happened, but it doesn't normally happen. But we need more corporations, more developers to want to participate and to want to be a part and help other nonprofits. And so this is an example of how you can do it, and I hope that it will be repeated time and time again. So Ryan, will you come help me out here?
I'm not going to cry. I may have cried a little bit when you started crying, but I stopped. Thank you, Lisa. Today is a powerful day for the West Side, is it not?
Yeah.
We are not just cutting a ribbon today. We are honoring a story. We are celebrating a victory that belongs to this community. And we are recommitting ourselves to the values that made this moment possible. The Basila Frocks building has always been more than bricks and mortar. Long before Prosper West became involved, this place mattered to neighbors who remembered what it represented. It mattered to preservationists and advocates who refused to let another piece of West Side history be erased. When Basila Frocks was threatened with demolition, it was the community who raised the alarm. Organizations like Esperanza Peace and Justice Center, the West Side Preservation Alliance, the Conservation Society, neighborhood leaders and residents locked arms and spoke with one voice. And because of that collective effort, we are standing here today. Our history teaches us that revitalization without protection can quickly lead to displacement. But it also teaches us that when we stand together, when we share responsibility, and when we lead with intention, we can shape change rather than being shaped by it. Basila Frocks now stands as a living example of what is possible when we center dignity, culture, and collaboration. It is proof that growth does not have to erase history, and investment does not have to come at the expense of identity. When development is done with community instead of to it, it creates places that last and legacies that we can all be proud of. At the end of the day, this project is about honoring the past, protecting the present, and shaping a future that is built for the West Side and by the West Side. Thank you to every community member, partner, advocate, funder, and neighbor who made this day possible. And I want to say a special thanks to my board of directors. It's been 7 years since we purchased this building. That's how long it took to make this happen. And a lot of that is because of the partnership we had with Julissa and Dream On Group. But the board has stuck with us through thick and thin, and I admire them greatly, and I thank them for being here tonight. I also want to thank my staff, Rebecca Canizales, Iliana Aleman, and Genesis Silvera. We are small but mighty, and they have been by my side this whole way through. But this building stands today because you stood up first. And I want to thank the community for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and for your partnership. At this time, I would like to invite to the stage, obviously, we wouldn't be here unless there was somebody willing to finance this place, right? And what we're doing here today and how we're being inclusive and equitable in community development. So please help me welcome to the stage for brief remarks, Frank Escobedo, who's the Vice President of Operations for Raza Development Fund. Right?
Thank you. And good evening. On behalf of Raza Development Fund, it is an honor to join you in celebrating the grand opening of Basila Frocks. Congratulations to Julissa and Oscar and the entire Dream On group on the realization of this beautiful and inspiring project. This moment carries special meaning to us at RDF. We first learned about this vision back in April of 2021. I still have the very first email that was sent. I looked it up this week. And I vividly remember our meeting with Julissa and our late great friend, Rene Garcia. We had it at Maestro Entrepreneur Center. And to stand here today, and by the way, I toured this building back in 2022, I believe, or early 2022. And I remember Rene telling me, hey, watch out, Frank, don't fall down on the floor, it's got holes in it. I said, okay. And to come in and Oscar toured me through it and to see the second floor the way it is, and it's so beautiful that it is, it just brings special meaning to me. And by the way, you know, I think our partnership was meant to be, because I remember vividly when I was having a meeting at Maestro, and Lisa came in and Rene came in. And Rene and I had not seen each other for 20 years. We both, I'm originally from Laredo, and Rene and I, worked on projects in Laredo as well. And when he walked in, I said, "I know you." He said, "I know you," and we started to work on this project back then. So to stand here today and see this dream fully brought to life is profoundly rewarding. Basila Frocks embodies perseverance, creativity, and a deep commitment to community. And it represents exactly the kind of entrepreneurial vision that we are proud to support. I'm truly honored to represent Raza Development Fund, RDF, and our entire RDF familia at this milestone occasion. For those of you who may not know us, Raza Development Fund is a nonprofit community development financial institution. We were founded in 1999, and we're headquartered in Phoenix. We are dedicated to unlocking lasting prosperity in communities across America. Since our founding, we have worked to provide attainable financial solutions, along with guidance and support to community-based organizations operated in health, education, affordable housing, home ownership, entrepreneurship, and community resilience. We are proud to be among the very few CDFIs with a AA- Standard & Poor's rating, which means it's a reflection on both our financial strength and our unwavering commitment to impact communities. To date, RDF has invested more than $1.6 billion across 38 states, leveraging over $7 billion in additional capital. Julissa and Dream On, thank you. Thank you for trusting us to be part of your journey. Your success demonstrates what becomes possible when vision, hard work, and community-centered investment come together. Congratulations again on this remarkable new chapter. We look forward to all that is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Frank. Bear with us. We're almost done. Now we are going to hear from some of our dignitaries. The next person who I have the privilege of introducing to you. Now, there are political champions, but then there are political giants. And our next speaker is someone who, through eloquence, knowledge, and intellectual will, fights for all San Antonians in the Texas Senate. So please help me welcome your senator from District 26, Senator Jose Menendez.
Buenas noches. Good evening, everyone. I know many of us have been standing for a while, so I'm going to keep it brief. What I want you to think about is this. As I listened to Julissa's remarks, what I loved about her remarks, if you listen to her carefully, she started with thanking her team. She started by thanking the community. She said that the only reason we're here is for the community. As we reflect on this evening, and we heard Brian talk about the history and all the pieces of the puzzle that had to come together, I want you to think about the fact that at one time in this building, there were many, many seamstresses working long hours to make cloth, to make clothing for people with much love. And that I want you to think about the fact that this building is here because of the love that the folks behind me have had for our community, for you. But it wouldn't happen without you either. The fact of the matter is that when it was threatened to be torn down, the community stood up and said no. The fact is that when others would want other things here, the community said no, we want this. And so I want to thank you for being here tonight, because so many times we think that our voice does not matter. Our vote doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we speak up or we don't. Tonight is a night that you should give yourself a round of applause because you played a large part in making tonight matter. you and them together made tonight happen. It's a win for our community. Nuestra comunidad es más fuerte, es más grande, porque estamos juntos. Siempre cuando estamos juntos, somos más. Entonces, gracias por todos. Que Dios los bendiga. May you have a very blessed Christmas y Feliz Navidad. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Our next speaker really doesn't need an introduction, but I like bragging about him. And everyone has said that Basila Frocks wouldn't be revitalized if it wasn't for the city of San Antonio. And Ron Nunberg is a better city because he was mayor of San Antonio. And our city is better because of Ron's leadership. So without further ado, help me welcome our former mayor, Ron Nunberg, who saw this place be birthed.
Good evening. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I don't know about you, but tonight is just absolutely picture perfect, beautiful. And so we should thank the Lord for the night He has made to celebrate an incredible moment for San Antonio. And I'm not going to repeat things that have been said up here already, but I hope that we can reflect on just a couple of things. The first one is, Julissa got a little emotional, and I have to admit, I got a little emotional watching her. This has been years and years, and she won't say it, but more than a decade in the making. And what Basila Frocks means beyond all of the activity and the community building and the entrepreneurship and the small businesses that will not only start, but grow and stay in the West Side because of Basila Frocks, it is a testament to not letting a dream be extinguished. So let's give a big round of applause to Julissa and the entire Dream On group. The second thing I hope we recognize tonight about this is that Basila Frocks represents what San Antonio, what the West Side is all about, and that we can move mountains together when we work together. There's not a community in the country, perhaps in the world, that does teamwork better than this one. And so it took private sector, it took public sector, it took creative financing, it took nonprofits like Prosper West to come together to make this moment happen. And so when we work together, we can accomplish our dreams. And then the final thing I would tell you is that let's not let this be a one-off. There's a lot of work to be done in our communities, and this development proves that when we include community, when we work together and build with community, not to community, that we can create moments that will last for generations. And so thank you all for being here today. This is as much a testament to you as neighbors and to the entire city for working together, and for Julissa and her team for not letting anything get in the way of a dream accomplished. And the last thing I'll say is that if it weren't for some very strong, resilient women, who when I think about the West Side, that's exactly what I think about, right? Strong, resilient women who do not give a darn about whatever obstacle is in front of them to preserve their community and also to build hope for another future, a better future. When I think about women like that, I think about the San Antonio West Side, and I also think about my wife, Erica Prosper, who has happened to be here. So I'm going to ask her to come up real quick and say a few words. God bless you all. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful holiday. Erica.
Thank you. All right, ¿cómo está mi hueso? You're doing good. All right, well, let me finish this out by saying I'm so glad we started with La Danza del Tepeyac, the miracle on the hill, because many people thought this was going to be a miracle to take on. And yet here we are because of the whistle. Many people thought there's no way you're going to find someone to take this project on, even after you bought the building. But as you heard, with a little bit of everything, the creativeness and the will, the Dream On group, Overland, and other partners that saw the vision of the miracle, como dice el rapper Residente, con una pala y un rastrillo, te creamos un castillo. That miracle happened because of the whistle. And then to round it up and to have the money come from la raza, la mera raza, partnering with Prosperidad here in the West, or in Prosper West, the final miracle. And so, as we open up this posada, this beautiful building, I just want you to remember all of those miracles built upon each other are nothing more than just who the Hueso is, and throughout history, it has been miracle upon miracle built on will that has made this part of San Antonio the birthplace of not just Mexican-American civil rights, but the birthplace of where the future of Texas and the future of this country is going. So felicidades, Hueso! On to your castillo now.
Thank you so much, Madam former First Lady. Did I get that right? Madam former First Lady. All right, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done. We have mariachis coming, folklorico dancers, tamales, pan dulce. I already tasted the pan dulce. It's real good. At this time, I want to introduce to you guys Janie McClinchy, who is our community engagement specialist for Dream On Group and founder of Que Retro Arts, for a special presentation. Janie is one of the most artistically creative individuals that we have the pleasure of working with day in and day out, and who wholeheartedly believes in what can be born here at Basila Frocks. Janie?
Thank you, Leroy. So, I want to present something to our boss, Julissa Carrillo. So, on behalf of all the employees of the Has Premier and Dream On Group, we would like to present our president with a copy of a prayer that Pastor Rob Mueller read during the blessing of this building back in March of 2024. Julissa, thank you for your exceptional leadership, your unwavering dedication, and your inspiring vision that brought this beautiful building back to life. Your commitment continues to guide and uplift us. We are grateful to be part of what you have built. Julissa.
So at this time, to close us out, it is no secret that as we are here tonight making history, we couldn't inaugurate Basila Frocks without the help of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. This Chamber of Commerce has seen Julissa and the Dream On Group professionally grow. The San Antonio Hispanic Chamber has fought side by side, advocating so that contractors like us can have a fair share at the American contracting tables in the United States. Because if we are more powerful together, our economy is more powerful together. So, without further ado, it was very fitting that we invite our San Antonio Hispanic Chamber to officially cut the ribbon in this historic moment on the West Side. So joining me from the Hispanic Chamber is Alejandro Chavez, who's our Director of Membership and International Affairs, and Dr. Jeremy Roberts, who's on our Board of Directors, along with all our embajadores, who are volunteers and are here on a Friday night promoting the almost 100-year legacy of this business organization that has given our community and all of us so very much. Alejandro?
Buenas noches, buenas noches. Good evening, my name is Alejandro Chavez. I am the Assistant Director of Membership at your San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. It's truly an honor to be here tonight. We couldn't ask for better weather. We couldn't ask for a better crowd, and we're really, really excited. It's truly an honor, and on behalf of our chamber, I want to thank Julissa Carrillo. We also want to thank Ryan with Prosper West for welcoming us and for making us part of such a special grand opening. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole spiel, but actually this one kind of is very fitting. So this moment is especially meaningful because the Basila Frocks was built in 1929, the same year that your San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce was founded. So let's give that a big round of applause, please. Why is this meaningful? Because both were built on the same principle. Immigrant entrepreneurs seeking opportunity, building community, and creating lasting impact. And as someone who lives on the west side, the Hueso, in Collins Garden to be exact, this means a great deal to me. Now with that, it is an honor to introduce Dr. Jeremy Roberts, Chair of Government Affairs of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
So I'm your last speaker before we get started. So on behalf of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, I want to welcome everybody here. And it's truly an honor to be celebrating the grand opening of Basila Frocks. So today is more than a ribbon cutting. It marks the realization of a vision, the culmination of hard work, and the beginning of an exciting new chapter. And opening a business takes courage. It takes resilience. It takes leadership. And today we celebrate all that embodied in Julisa's vision and the Dream On Group. At the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, our mission is simple, is to support, to advocate, and to elevate businesses so they can thrive. When our members succeed, our community succeeds. And today, Basila Frocks officially joins a network of over 1,000 chamber members who believe in collaboration, opportunity, and a stronger San Antonio. So on behalf of our chamber, our CEO, Luis Rodriguez, our chair, Juan Antonio Flores, our board of directors, and our over 1,000 members, it is my honor to present, do we have the plaque? Yes, there we go. It is my honor to present the plaque to Julissa Cariello, founder and president of the Dream On Group. Julissa, we encourage you to hang it proudly, but more importantly, let it serve as a reminder that you're a part of a strong, engaged, and supportive business community. We thank you. Yes. So congratulations to the entire Dream On Group team, Prosper West, community partners, this incredible achievement, and thank you all for choosing to invest in this community. So what I'd like to also do is thank you for the chamber leadership and the members, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little countdown. 3, 2, 1, and after that, felicidades. Ready? Everybody ready for this? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Felicidades.
Thank you, everybody. Again, we welcome everybody to tour the building, have some food, have some fun. We have las salteñas, mariachis coming to play for everybody, and folklorico dancers. Stick around. The night is young on San Antonio's west side.
Hi, I'm a mannequin. Demo, I'm a mannequin.